I'm Julie Smith. I am from Kiowa, Colorado.
Hey, my name is Kayla Thompson. I'm from Red Bud, Illinois.
I'm Jason Merriman. I'm from Waterloo, Illinois.
Hi, my name is Colton Griffith. I am from Gravette, Arkansas.
My name is Xavier. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Zoe Heckenleibel. I am from Orofino, Idaho.
Okay, you guys ready to go? Yeah! Yeah, all right, we're gonna be doing a geocaching. Basically, you're gonna take these ATVs and you're gonna find 2 separate geocaches. You're gonna have to use your GPS as you look for them, all right? So just follow the directions on the GPS and hopefully it'll get you to those. You wanna get the first one, then the second one. Hopefully you guys won't get lost, but maybe you will. It's gonna be a great, great time. So you guys ready to go? Yeah. Okay, ready? Start your engines. All right, let's roll out.
At first, I was going really slow, and I was like, oh, my Lanta, I'm kind of nervous. And then we got going, and it was a lot of fun.
So we thought it was gonna go super smoothly, but we're both awful with directions, so we
learned very fast.
We got super lost.
No, I think finding the geocache was pretty awesome, you know, because we're set out with a paper map, which they don't do that anymore, you know, and a GPS that's kind of separate. And but we kept stuck to the trail, and then we found this, and it was like a prize, you know, it was like a reward, you know, it was awesome. So I think finding it was the best.
At one point, I was talking to him, I was like, I'm getting so discouraged right now because we're never gonna find this thing.
You had just like a little line, and then it was just a dot, and it says you're 2 miles away. And so there's roads all over the place that were just splitting off everywhere, so you kind of just had to guess you were on the right road. Yeah, we did have fun. We just kind of went with it, went with the flow. Those were really weird at first because we kind of picked it up out of the box. We didn't really know what it was.
We just kept, you know, trekking.
But was it fun? Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah,
sure.
it was amazing. The view was kind of good.
Yeah.
We took a lot of pictures.
It's beautiful.
Didn't see any moose or bear or
no.
anything like that.
Scared him off.
Some random squirrel.
Yeah.
I almost hit a chipmunk.
You almost hit a chipmunk?
I was close. I was like this close.
There you go.
I was
Dinner.
there.
So you guys found the first geocache, right?
Yes.
And you guys got that, and it took probably a lot longer than you guys were anticipating. Took a lot longer than I was anticipating. And you guys didn't find the second geocache.
No.
All right. But that's all right, you know, kind of got you here one way or another. And you guys want to see kind of what's in there?
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's see what's in there.
Oh gosh, I didn't hear
Yeah,
There you go.
yay!
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, you guys grab one.
All
You guys want to grab one? All right. Did you guys all get one? And you got the other piece. What did you get at the other?
Little film roll.
Well, that's right. So once you put them in there, and
Oh my gosh.
Really scary picture though.
so what do you guys think? All of them represents, you know, some bigger category. What do you think that bigger category is?
Oh, you know what? It looks like motivation.
Okay, motivation.
That's true.
Maybe different kinds of motivations. Yeah. So different kind of motivations regarding what do you think?
Sharing the gospel.
Sharing the gospel, yeah. So again, take another look with that in mind, and think, see if you can like think through what each of those pictures may represent specifically when it comes to sharing the gospel. There's some that are a little bit easier, some that may be a little bit more tough.
Yeah.
I feel like the one where like they're holding hands is because like you love somebody, so that's one of your motivations. You love like your mom or your like your
Yeah.
family members.
Good. Nailed it. Compassion. You bet.
Then like the clock is because time is running out.
Yep.
So like that's one of your motivations. Like it's coming now. God is coming.
Sure.
And then
The return of
Bible
Christ.
verse.
yeah.
Yep.
Bible verses, obedience.
Yep.
Yeah, like
God told us
yeah
to.
because the Bible says
That's
it.
right.
That should be our motivation.
So go and make disciples because God says so. That's a motivation. What about the others?
Heaven and hell,
Yeah.
your eternity.
Yeah.
There's that hand over like the words with like the light shining through it. It kind of looks like, like God's hands on everything.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, you absolutely nailed it. It's motivations for sharing your faith, sharing the gospel that range from urgency to the reality of hell to the love of God to compassion for others. All these things. You guys you got that. So as we kind of to unpack that a little bit, I guess my question to you is what motivates you specifically out of all those? What motivates you like the most? Why are you motivated to share your faith? What you guys want to think of? You want me to share why I'm motivated? Would that help you kind of get it going?
Yeah.
So, ever since I was a kid, I've had this thought about hell, and that picture, that's horrific picture in there. I just imagine other people in hell, thinking to myself, man, I just don't want to see people go there. But I also realize, I met my wife 25 years ago, and she had a whole different motivation for sharing her faith. And she began to kind of unpack that with me, and I began to realize there's other motivations. And so what is it like, what out of those motivations, or maybe there's something not even in there, what motivates you most to share the good news of the gospel with others?
I have one.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's, I guess, purpose. Like, before I really got, like, the whole Jesus thing, Like, I didn't have a purpose in my life, and I had no idea where I was going. And even, like, after, like, Bound for Hell, like, without that purpose and, like, someone to live for, like, you're just living for yourself. Like, and it's lonely. And whenever I was, like, just a couple years ago, just, like, fully focused on myself, like, I didn't really care that much. Like, I was a Christian, but I just didn't really have that purpose in my life or that passion, I guess. And so, like, whenever my friends, I see them, like, hurting, that really, like, breaks my heart because it's, like, they have no idea, like, what to live for. And, like, they tell me that. They're like, yeah, I just kind of live day to day, like, just going through the motions. And that's really hard, I guess. Like, to just see people not know what's coming next,
Yeah.
So that's kind of my motivation.
So kind of a purpose to rescue people from that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and for them to have somewhere to go,
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're not looking forward to anything, like, what's the point of life?
Yeah, that's great. It's good.
Yeah, for me too, like kind of what you said, but just like life is hard and like going through it without like, just like you're always chasing something, always chasing something to fill that void. And like nothing is ever going to fill that besides Jesus. And like you do all these things for yourself and like for the world, but like it's never going to matter. And just like, I know personally how that felt. So for my friends, I just want to like, I want them to feel like the love of Jesus and stuff and to like have hope for a future because he has it in his hands.
Yeah.
So like that's totally for me too.
That's great.
Yeah, for me, like I feel like all those motivations are kind of interconnected. For example, like I don't like one of like seeing people go to hell. Like I love my family, so like I'm sharing the gospel because of love, and I don't want to see like my family members go to hell, especially my brother. Like I love my brother, even though it's hard to kind of communicate that love.
I think for me, I've always been a thrill seeker, always trying to live life to the fullest, and so of course it was natural I fell into the party scene, and I tried all the things I could to live that life to the fullest, and it was never satisfying enough. And so for now, in Christ, I'm totally satisfied, and life is amazing. I mean, I'm in beautiful Colorado, and I would never be able to appreciate the nature around me like I can today. But when I look back at my family and friends who don't have that, I see a life that's purposeless, and it just doesn't mean anything, and there's no hope, and there's no faith, and it breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's great.
Mine would have to be compassion for others and mixed with my desire to just have people know what God's love is. I'm Zoe Heckenleibel. I am 18 and I just graduated high school. I love to read, to hike, to learn languages, and I wish to travel and tell the message of God wherever I go. A couple years ago, God convicted me of having a heart and a compassion for people, which kind of hurts sometimes because then you get messy relationships. You're hurting for people that don't know God, but that's that's how God wired me, and so I'm sure he'll use that. I've been to Haiti 2 years ago, and that kind of sealed the deal on being a foreign missionary. I just have this feeling that God has such a unique plan for me, and I can see that because I see everybody else's unique plan that God has for them, and all my friends and family, and I know he has that for me. That just makes me really excited. When I was little, I was like, even if this isn't like a real thing, I don't care, because I just feel it. I feel God's love and his purpose he has for me, and so that mixed with compassion I have for people because I want the best for people. That's my motivation.
Yeah, that's great. So I got another question. So is it okay for our motivations to change and develop over the years?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Has anybody had that experience?
Yeah, like fear, like when I was little, I guess I was really scared, and that's why, like, when I was 6, I was like, oh, man, I have to really know this Jesus guy because I'm terrified of hell.
Go through all these experiences and you just realize, like, you should, like, out of fear, of course, because, like, you don't want to go to hell, but just in awe of everything that Jesus has done for us. So, like, why would I not? Like, how could I not, you know, worship this God?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that changed for me, too.
I think another thing too is we meet different people. Like obviously here we all have different motivations. So within our group of friends who don't believe, they're all in different places. Some people have that passionate compassion, but others are trying to fill their life with all this voidless things, and so when you see those people and you begin building those relationships, you soon realize like I have to kind of witness this person in a different way than I do for this one. So it's an awesome opportunity for yourself to learn. So.
Yeah, that's great. For me, I know, I married my wife, who is very compassionate. She's just motivated by compassion. And when I started talking about, hey, I just don't want people to go to hell, she goes, yeah, well, people are going through hell now, not the literal hell, but there's people going through. So now, over the years, my view is developed. And now what I say, I want to rescue people from the hell they're headed to and the hell they're going through apart from Jesus Christ. But I think all these motivations are powerful ones. So it's been great. We've had a great time today. Took all morning and then some to be able to find that first geocache. But you guys found it, right? You found that first one. And in the same way, we got to find our motivation when it comes to sharing the gospel. We have different motivations maybe. That's great. That's where we start. Maybe those motivations develop over the course of the years. But we have to find that motivation and begin to share the good news of the gospel. So it's been great. It's been a fun day.